It's a newspaper warehouse.
There goes the bonanza, Johnny. You won't have to worry about that reformer anymore.
Mr. Edmonds, come quick, the storehouse is on fire.
Too bad, huh, Johnny?
Yeah, sure is. Give a hand, you fellas. Grab a bucket.
You crazy? The Bonanza's trying to put you out of business.
You heard me. Grab a bucket.
All right, fellas, let's go.
Johnny, I just don't get it.
It's gone. Sorry, Mr. Edmonds, we did all we could. Didn't we, men? You're not fooling anybody, Yerkel. Get out of town before I drag you out. Watch out, she's coming down! This wasn't an accident, Mr. Edmonds. It's their way of shutting your mouth.
I know, Reverend Petrie. Have you an extra roll of wrapping paper in your store, Mr. Wilbur?
Well, I don't have any more, Mr. Edmonds, but Joe here's got some wallpaper.
Sure have. 12 rolls of roses and 10 of imitation bathroom marble. You're welcome to it.
Thanks. Fetch the wallpaper, Dan. We're getting out an extra. The first in our paper's history.
Bonanza! Bonanza, get your bonanza!
Paper, miss?
What for?
You might find someone in here who could read it to you. paper, Mr. Kisco?
No, thanks. The fire of yours is old stuff. The trouble with a small town is that everybody knows what's happened before it's printed.
But only a few know what's going to happen before it happens. Isn't that so, Mr. Yerkel? I'll leave you a free copy. It'll make good reading in case you don't sleep well.
Johnny, you're gonna let him get away with this? Listen. The Bonanza picks up the gauntlet, Mr. Kisco. To you, Mike Yerkel, and all the rest of the hired pug uglies and card sharks who'll do your dirty work.
Did you set fire to Edmund's warehouse?
Cut it out, Johnny.
Did you?
You ought to be glad somebody did. He'll run you out of business.
What are you scared of, Mike? What has he got on?
Nothing.
You better make sure he doesn't. I want what you give my place a bad name. Mike.
Johnny, why don't you give Edmund a little of that?
Bonanza! Bonanza, get your bonanza! Get him to a doctor.
I guess the poor cuss was going to mail this. I'll do it for him.
Hurt your leg, Nellie?
A compound fracture of the ipicurus something or other. That's what Connie calls it. Do you know what a blonde throwback is?
How's that?
Oh, never mind. You just say I was too young, too.
Oh, Mr. Banjo Man, you were everybody's music man. Every evening you would pick on a string, and people would sing, and then they made you take a bow. Oh, Mr. Banjo Man, always dressing like a fancy Dan. Every time I heard your wonderful beat, it went to my feet. I can hear that music now. Cakewalk your baby, cakewalk your gal. Sweet talk your baby, wave to your pal. He used to holler down in Alabama, don't count your money, quick like a bunny, cakewalk your honey lamb.
Do you suppose you can get Pat to quiet down? I'll wring her neck if she doesn't. How can I concentrate with all that noise? Pat, for heaven's sakes, be quiet. They can hear you all over town.
That noise.
Where did you get this awful record, anyway?
At the store, silly.
You better not let Mother
Pat,
catch you.
you're wearing rouge.
Patricia Louise Edmonds, what are you up to?
There you go, acting like father on his high horse. There's nothing to get excited about.
Nothing. All the girls at the burlesque theater wear makeup.
Oh, no.
You didn't actually see a burlesque show.
Sure I did.
Oh, I know Mother wouldn't approve, but what she doesn't know won't hurt her at her age.
Patricia, how can you talk like that?
Oh, stop talking. Come on, get in line. Like this. Come on, Kathy.
Show my legs? Huh, I should say no.
Now, where is your hair ribbon? Has the mailman been by? Oh, thank you, dear.
I know why you got off the streetcar 3 blocks away.
You do, dear?
You don't want people to know we don't keep a carriage anymore and have to ride the streetcar.
Precious child, who told you that?
The whirly kids, they said we...
Oh, Nell! What happened to your leg?
Nothing. Connie gave me a nickel to let her practice on it.
Oh, that child will never be happy until someone in this family really breaks a bone or two. Where are the girls?
What in the world are they doing? Why don't you go upstairs and find out?
Cakewalk your baby, cakewalk your gal. Louis talk your baby, wave to your pal. He used to holler down in Alabama. Don't count your money, quick like a bunny. Cakewalk your honey, laugh. What if Mama should come home?
She already has.
Oh, no! Oh! Nell, turn off that terrible contraption.
So this is the way you waste your time the moment my back is turned.
But we were just having a little fun.
We weren't doing anything wrong, Mother.
For goodness sake, all of you. All I can say is I hope the neighbors haven't heard you singing such trash.
It isn't trash. It makes me feel good. Besides, it's a lot gayer than come all ye sinners.
Don't be sacrilegious as well as cheap. Showing your limbs like a dear knows what.
Why, Mother! What an adorable little hat you're wearing. No wonder you look so pretty today.
Oh, you think so? Well, I'm glad you...
Now, that's pretty silly.
You know I've had this hat for 4 years. Now, you go wash your face at once and come on downstairs. I have a letter from your father to read. Hurry up, Papa.
Oh.
Oh, no, you don't.
You little monster.
You were supposed to warn us. I gave you a nickel. You blonde Benedict Arnold, you.
Mother! Just like I've always said, you can't trust a blonde.
Here, President McKinley, not on my nice chair.
There you are. Go on, you little tattletale. I'll take back all those hair ribbons I gave you, too. You'll see.
Anyway, I'll ask Mother if I'm a blonde throwback just because I don't have red hair.
You're a witch. All witches have blonde hair. You can just pay me that nickel back you owe me, Nellie.
Just try and get it back.
Is anything wrong?
Is Papa sick?
Is he going to send for us?
No, not right away. Your father's had some business reverses.
Oh.
Mother, were you hysterical when I was born?
What are you talking about?
Don't pay any attention to her, Mother. May I see the letter?
No, I've told you everything that's necessary to know. Your father simply doesn't have the money to send for us right now. But that isn't what worries me. You know, your father's usually so happy and so cheerful. Well, he writes as if he weren't well, that he was in some sort of trouble.
Poor dear. He's probably lonesome without all us women to boss him around. Poor Papa.
Well, I've come to the conclusion that your father needs us. I don't know what the trouble is, but it's our duty to comfort him.
But we can't comfort him 2,000 miles away.
I know we can't, so we'll go to him.
Hooray! There's no schools in the Klondike.
What about my singing lessons?
Wonderful. I'll take my typewriter.
Oh, no, Mother. I want to be a nurse. Well, judging by your father's letters, there'll be plenty of broken heads to bandage in the Yukon.
Oh.
Well, we get the money?
Well, we'll sell something.
The flute,
The violin.
the cello. No, the harp.
No, not any of the musical instruments. Your father specifically mentioned that you keep on practicing. Well, come on, let's get on with our practicing.
Oh, no, Mother. Oh.
Now, are you all ready? Take the apple out of your mouth now. Now, come on, all ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1.
Where's your sister?
Have him roll a peanut across the room with his nose. Oh, Mike.
Heavy hangs over thy head. What shall the owner do to redeem it?
Fine or superfine?
Superfine.
Sing a song.
Don't look at me.
But what'll I do?
Sing a song or pay a forfeit.
I can't.
Sure you can. Sing the one I taught you last night.
Well, if you will.
All right, Frady Cat.
Come on, I'll play piano for you. Excuse me, honey. All ready, girls? Let's go.
I saw a youth and maiden on a lonely city street and thought them lovers at their meeting place until as I drew near I heard the girl's sad voice entreat the one who heeded not her tear-stained face, her tear-stained face. I only ask you, Jack, to do your duty, that is all. You know you promised that we should be wed. And when he said, you shall not want whatever may befall, she spurned the gold he offered her and said, and we quote, take back your gold, gold can never buy me. Take back your bribe and promise you'll be true. Give me the love that you deny me. Make me your wife, that's all I ask of you. He drew her close unto him, and to soothe her then he tried, but she in pride and sorrow turned away. And as he sought to comfort her, she wept and softly cried. You'll rue your cruel actions, Jack, someday.
Now, little one, don't cry,
He said, for though tonight we part,
and though another soon will be me bride, this gold will help you to forget.
but with a breaking heart, she spurned his gift and bitterly replied, take back your gold, you can never buy me. Take take back your bribe. I promise you'll be true. Give me the love that you deny me. Make me your wife, that's all I ask of you. Take it back, Jack. For gold can never buy me. Take it back, take it back, take it back. Promise you'll be true. Give me the love that you deny me. Don't falter. Gonna lead you to the altar. So take it back, Jack. Take back your gold. Take back your gold.
Well, you don't look like you had much luck arranging our transportation to Dawson.
Well, I refuse to be swindled, that's all. I'll walk first.
Why not? It's only 400 miles.
Oh,
We'll make it by Christmas if we start right away.
Oh, here comes Joe. Maybe we won't have to walk after all. Constance, you've only known Mr. Keenan 8 days.
I can't help it, Mother. His name is still Joe.
Excuse me. But I think that's my pal Johnny Kisco coming over there. Now, with a little help from you gals, I might be able to talk him into leaving his barroom fixtures here and taking you folks back instead.
Barroom fixtures?
Well, yeah.
Why, my daughter led me to believe they were objet d'art for some gentleman's club.
Well, it's kind of a club, but naturally there's a bar.
We'd be very grateful, Joe, if you could.
Ha! Don't mention it. Only too glad to be of service. After all, it isn't every day that I draw a full house with red-headed queens. Ha ha! That's a poker term.
Poker?
Oh.
We don't play poker.
Oh, I suppose not. Well, don't forget, girls. Smile it up, give them the works, okay?
Works? Works? What is he talking about?
Down, Kovac! Down! Seen anything of a third-rate song and dance man around here answering to the name of Joe Keenan?
The one, the only Spats Keenan in person. Snappy songs, peppy patter, and quippy quotes, soft shoe specialist, direct from a sensational triumphal tour of the Oklahoma Chautauqua Circuit.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, boy.
I bet you haven't changed a step since we did the act together.
Why change? Just get a new audience, I say. Listen, don't worry about me pleasing your customers, Johnny. I'll knock them dead.
Yeah, if you don't, you'll be dead. We've got a way of shooting acts we don't like up in the Klondike.
Bye.
Come here. Did you bring all the stuff I ordered?
Well, just about, but I had to get Diane at the bath here instead of Salome.
Hey, not bad, not bad. Dressed a little thin for our Klondike winters, but I think we'll warm her up, huh?
Good boy.
What about the lobsters?
Well, got a dozen of the finest right here, packed in ice.
Oh, good boy, good boy. I promised the girls a treat when I get back. Grab some warm duds and we'll be on our way, huh? We've got 10 days of hard travel ahead of us.
Sure, Johnny, but first I'd like you to meet some friends of mine, okay?
All right. Very nice.
Smile! Help me break the ice.
Come on, kids, let's get in the works.
Nellie, smile.
Very nice. They'll decorate the club real fine.
Mm-hmm.
How much will I have to pay them?
Oh, no, Johnny, not so fast. They aren't entertainers. Just nice kids. Come on, I'll
No, if
introduce
they're
you.
not entertainers, there's no percentage. Forget it. Come on, you guys, load up.
But have a heart, Johnny. You can't just leave them sitting there.
Why not? They're not my responsibility.
Oh, but they're nice people. Their old man runs a newspaper in Dawson.
So they're nice people. What'd you say?
I said their old man runs a newspaper in Dawson.
His name's Edmonds?
Yeah, friend of yours?
Anything but. He spends most of his time trying to run me out of business.
Haha, good. That'll give me a clear field.
Well, not when he finds out that you worked for me, providing he's still alive.
I don't get you.
I had a fella named Mike Yerkel running the club for me. He had a prison record. Old man Edmonds threatened to expose him. So Yerkel took a shot at him to shut him up. He was in pretty bad shape when I left.
But that's all the more reason why you should take him, John. You've got to tell him. After all, this guy Yerkel was working for you, and you're responsible in a way. We can send back for this stuff later.
Yeah, maybe you've got something there. All right, but I'm taking Diane and the lobsters with me.
And you'll tell him about the old man?
Yeah, when the right time comes.
Fair enough. We'll tell him the good news now and the bad later, okay? Come on.
Right.
Mrs. Edmonds?
Yes.
I'd like you to meet my pal, Johnny Kisco here. He's the owner of the Klondike Club, and he's offered to take you folks up to Dawson.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Mr.
Kisco.
Kisco, yes.
We had visions of sitting here until the spring thaw.
Hello.
I'm Catherine. And this is my sister, Patricia, and Constance.
How do you do?
I'm Nellie.
Are you and Edmonds, too?
We're not sure in spite of what Mother says.
Patricia.
I hope Mr. Keenan spends as much time telling you about us as he did telling us about you.
Patricia.
Of course, it's only a 10-day trip to Dawson, but if Joe talks real fast, he'll be able to give you a thumbnail sketch of our talent.
Patricia Edmonds.
Yes, Mother.
What Patricia's trying to say is that she sings and dances.
But not the kind of songs Mr. Kisco is interested in. My husband will be very happy to pay you whatever is fair. Oh, by the way, you might know my husband, Vance Edmonds. He's the publisher of the Dawson
Oh, he
Herald.
knows him very well.
Yes, ma'am. I know him. He's a fine man. Well, if you folks are ready, we'll start loading up.
Well, come on, girls.
Let's go.
All right, you guys, we're leaving. Let's take everything. And I mean everything. Go ahead,
After lunch, will you please ride with Connie? Don't you think there's too much weight in the sled with both of us?
I don't know. I think we can make it. All right, come on.
Just because she's the oldest, she takes privileges she's not entitled to. Like riding in Mr. Kisco's sled. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Beautiful isn't the word for it. Good, come on.
Now I know why Dad was so crazy about this country.
I'm gonna like it a lot better, too. All right, come on.
My nose is cold.
Oh.
Let me hold her.
Well, gently, dear. President McKinley is about to become a mother, you know.
quiet, quiet. Come on now. Quiet. Sick, you fathead, you. Now, take it easy. The people are sleeping in the Klondike Club.
I'm just going to warm my hands, Mother. I can't play a harp with frozen fingers. Say, you're pretty good.
That's nothing. I can do it with my eyes closed. Watch. That's funny. Law of gravity. It's got to come down sometime. I should have known. Well, that's my cue to go give this to the men. See you.
I enjoyed your music, Catherine.
Thank you, Mr. Kisco.
Pat calls me Johnny.
Pat would.
Your hands cold?
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I'd better be going back.
No, let me warm them up for you.
Catherine!
How's that?
That is better.
Huh?
Catherine!
How's that?
Oh, that's better.
Let her call again and see what happens.
What do you mean?
Catherine! Oh! Oh! You... Oh!
Let me get your hand, Mrs. Edmonds.
Are you all right? Oh!
Oh.
Who threw that?
No one. It was the echo of your voice. A shout or a gunshot can easily start a snowslide.
Now! Now, you tell me. Oh, come on, let's get out. Get out of here.
Johnny Kisco's in town. Come out. Hi, Johnny. Got some new talent for the show, huh?
Nice looking equipment you brought back, Johnny.
Yeah, you're a sensation already, girls. Keep your heads covered or you'll be a riot.
Go inside, all of you.
Are we gonna see Papa?
Looking like this, I should say not.
There we are, safe and sound.
We're all terribly grateful for what you've done for us.
Catherine.
Yes, Mother, just a minute. I know Father will want to thank you, too.
Is that an invitation? Oh, my
A
baby.
big kiss for Lizzie Belt.
Come on.
I missed you.
See you later, Kathy.
Well.
Oh, don't get the wrong idea, Mrs. Edmonds. Those gals are strictly for laughs.
And they weren't funny to me.
Painted hussies. I know the type. By hearsay, of course. Will you be kind enough to send our baggage in? Thank
Oh,
you.
I sure will, ma'am.
Come on in, girls.
Goodbye, Joe.
I'll see you.
I'm Mrs. Edmonds. Would you mind giving me the key to my husband's rooms? And please don't say anything about us being here. We want to surprise him. Oh, I'd like connecting rooms for the girls, too, if you don't mind.
It's Mrs. Edmonds. Are you going to tell her?
It's not my place. Give her the key.
She wants adjoining rooms. Those girls at the Klondike Club are next door in 216.
Move them across the hall and let Mrs. Edmonds have the rooms.
No, Nell, no.
Well, Kathy did.
It's all right. You're not old enough.
Oh.
Here's
Here's Mr. Edmonds' key, ma'am. We'll have the connecting rooms ready in a few minutes.
Thank you. And please send our luggage up right away, will you?
214 at the head of the stairs.
Oh, thank you. Come on, girls. Be careful of the musical instruments, the cello and our harp.
Why?
Nellie?
Johnny, you promised us a present. We were good girls.
Yeah,
I've been
I
good.
know. Oh, now, take it easy, you little angels. I've got something for all of you, including a lobster and champagne dinner. I'll have it sent up to your rooms at the hotel tonight, and we'll celebrate it. Come on, let's have it. And that's what I said.
Hey, John, what do you want me to do with Diane here? Hey, this place has got lots of class. That's for me.
Girls, I'd like you to meet an old sidekick of mine, Joe Keenan, known professionally as Spats Keenan, the one-man musical review. Joe, I want you to meet Liz, Babe, Belle, Marie, 600 pounds of the best hoofing talent in the Klondike.
Hiya, girls. Boy, you're a feast for sore eyes. But who wants sore eyes at a time like this?
Joe's going to be in charge of the entertainment around here, so you girls better be nice to him.
Oh, it's going to be real enjoyable working for you, Spatsy boy.
We'll get along.
Hey, Mac, come here. All right, girls, gather round. Please gather round and presenting a little importation direct from the art galleries of San Francisco. Diane at the back.
Oh, come on. Hey, looks like Lola before she lost weight.
Hey, speaking of Lola, where is she?
She went to the funeral.
Funeral.
Old man Edmonds, you know, the publisher Yerkel plug.
No, I think she actually gets a kick out of... What's the matter, Johnny? Look, the odds were 10 to 1 he wouldn't pull through.
His family just arrived in Dawson. They didn't even know he was hurt.
Who's going to tell him, John?
I don't know. Hey, Joe.
Oh, not me. I can't take that.
But what if, Wait a minute, I know. Oh, Reverend Petrie.
Yes, Kisco?
I'd like a favor. Well, not that you owe me one, but you're the logical man, preacher.
Am I? For what?
The Edmonds family's here. They were stranded in Skagway, so I brought them with me. They don't even know Edmonds is dead.
It's going to be a cruel blow. They knew he was hurt, of course.
No, they didn't. They'd received a letter saying he was in financial trouble, so they packed up and came.
You didn't tell them?
No, I was hoping that he might have gotten well. I didn't want to worry them unnecessarily.
Any explanation you made would naturally involve yourself.
I wasn't thinking of that.
I don't suppose it's important now. What is important is the Edmonds family. They must be told. As mercifully as possible.
And that's why I came to you. Being a preacher, I figured you'd do a better job of it.
I'll do my best. Where are they?
At the hotel.
Where's Kisco?
You're Johnny Kisco, aren't you?
Could be.
I'm Whitey Marks. Ran into an old friend of yours, Mike Yerkel.
Where is he?
Oh, what difference is it?
Where is he?
Hey, take it easy. He's up in Fairbanks running a club with a man named Jacobs. He said you might be looking for a new manager.
Got one.
How about selling me a piece of the business?
Not interested.
Mother! What is it? Oh, I'm getting kissed. President McKinley just had another kitten. That makes 5.
Oh, you get into this dress.
Kathy, have you got my brooch?
No, I think Nell has it. Where's my handkerchief? Here any minute.
Nellie, where's my brooch? I don't have your brooch. I don't even wear the stuff. Someone's at the door. Oh, that can't be Father. He wouldn't knock.
Well, it could be. He doesn't have his key, you know.
I'll finish it, Mother.
Oh, please do.
Here,
You look so pretty. I'm so excited. Already?
Mrs. Edmonds,
Yes.
I'm Louis Petrie, minister of the local church.
Oh, how nice of you to call so soon. May I present my daughters, Catherine, Constance, and Patricia.
How do you do?
Oh, and this is Nell.
How do you do? I just had 5 kittens.
Remarkable. Then I'm inclined to believe you have a very remarkable family.
Oh, thank you.
Which makes my task easier, Mrs. Edmonds, for I bring you bad news.
Not about my husband.
I'm afraid so, Mrs. Edmonds. Your husband...
Oh, no. Mother, darling.
Chicka-boom, chicka-rack, chicka-boom, chicka-rack, chicka-boom, chicka-rack, she's singing. Her shoes paddywhack in the front and the back, and the yellow curls go swinging. Bells just rang, boing, my eyes lit up and my heart went bang. Her shoes paddywhack in the front and the back, to a boom, chicka-racky boom. It was way up in Alaska, and the moment that I passed her, in my heart a little bugle blew attack. Though I knew I should resist her, I walked up to her and kissed her, and she didn't slap my face, she kissed me back. Chicka-boom, chicka-rack, chicka-boom, chicka-rack, chicka-boom, chicka-rack, she's singing. Her shoes paddywhack in the front and the back, and the yellow curls go swinging. Bells just rang, my eyes lit up and my heart went bang. Her shoes paddywhack in the front and the back, to a boom, chicka-racky boom. Told me she was from Seattle, where her daddy raises cattle, but she's far away from home and so forlorn. Said the Yukon had her freezing, and it would be mighty pleasing if I'd hug her once or twice to keep her warm. Chicka-boom, chicka-rack, chicka-boom, chicka-rack, chicka-boom, chicka-rack, she's singing. Her shoes paddywhack in the front and the back, and the yellow curls go swinging. Bells just rang, boing, my eyes lit up and my heart went bang. Her shoes paddywhack in the front and the back, to a boom, chicka-racky boom. For her love I'd swim to China, but I'm not a rich gold miner. I can't give her things like rings and fancy furs. But I'm still not gonna back up, gonna paint my little shack up, and I'll tell her if she wants it, well, it's hers. Chicka-boom, chicka-rack, chicka-boom, chicka-rack, chicka-boom, chicka-rack, she's singing. Her shoes paddywhack in the front and the back, and the yellow curls go swinging. Bells just rang, boing, my eyes lit up and my heart went bang. Her shoes paddywhack in the front and the back. Her shoes paddywhack in the front and the back. Chicka-boom, chicka-rack, chicka-boom, chicka-rack, chicka-boom, chicka-rack, chicka-boom, chicka-rack, chicka-boom, chicka-rack, chicka-boom, chicka-rack, boom, chicka-rack, chicka-boom.
Well, how'd you like it, Johnny?
Oh, nice going, Joey boy, nice going.
Thanks, pal.
Hey, those girls had a lot of ginger tonight, didn't they?
Well, they were in a bit of a hurry. Seems like they're having dinner with the boss tonight.
Pleasure before business, I always say. You live longer.
Ha sure.
That food go over to the hotel yet?
Yep, up to room 216 with 2 quarts of champagne.
Only 2, huh?
That's right.
Well, give me 2 more bottles of giggle water and charge it to the promotion of employer-employee relations.
You dog. Good luck, Johnny.
What do I need with luck when I've got this stuff?
Same old Johnny. He'll never change.
That's right.
Just a minute. Hello, Johnny.
Hi. Hello, Catherine.
Thanks for the lobster, even though I wasn't hungry.
Oh, don't mention it.
Pat and Connie are in with Mother. She took it rather hard, poor dear. Do you mind?
No.
Nell's just fibbing. She gorged herself. Sending us that dinner was the nicest thing you could have done, Johnny. when Reverend Petrie told us about Father. He's dead, Johnny. He was killed.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry, believe me.
I'm sorry. I thought I was all cried out.
You've got a right to cry. Your father was a fine man. You've got every reason in the world to be proud of him.
You know, you're like him in a lot of ways, Johnny. Like the champagne you said. He would have done that, too.
I suppose so.
Kathy, Mother wants you.
Please come back, will you? We'll need help when it comes to settling his affairs.
I'll be around. If you want me, just crook your little finger and I'll come running.
Where's the champagne and lobster dinner you promised?
Due to circumstances over which I had no control, the lobsters are out.
What?
Would you girls settle for a plate of sow belly and beans at the Moose Horn Cafe?
Oh, John.
You understand, of course, Mrs. Edmonds, that the bank held possession of the newspaper only to protect its mortgage.
Yes, I do. Just like him. He would never leave home in the morning until I'd put a flower in his buttonhole. Mr. Fawcett, it's my intention to leave this wicked city as quickly as possible. And if that entails selling the newspaper, consider it for sale.
It might take a few weeks, Mrs. Edmonds, to find a buyer.
Yes, I understand. Come, girl.
Oh, Mother. What? President McKinley caught a mouse, and she shared it with her kittens.
Oh, does anybody know where our next meal is coming from? I don't care where it comes from, just so it comes quickly. I'm famished.
Both of you stop whining.
I'm not whining. It's my stomach growling.
Patricia, no matter how hungry you are, remember you're a lady.
Yes, Mother.
You know, girls, I've been thinking. A dressmaker could do quite well in this heathenish place.
Oh, not you, Mother. Whatever made you think of that?
Dressmaking? You're joking. No, I certainly am not. You heard Mr. Fawcett. It may take weeks to sell the paper. In the meantime, we must eat and we must pay the rent. So if anyone has a better idea.
Yes, I have. I could do commercial typing.
And I could become a nurse at the infirmary.
And maybe I can get a job singing.
Where?
Oh, at the church, of course.
Oh. Oh. Thank goodness Nell didn't have any suggestion.
Oh, I'll think of something.
Here, Jane. There, I think that will do it. Yes, it looks like it's going to fall quite straight, Miss Liz. Shorter. Oh. Oh, my dear, a lady never shows her ankles.
So I ain't a lady. I want to show my ankles.
Nell, go to your room. shorter.
Dear Abigail, please forgive me for not writing sooner, but when General Lee surrendered, I went to California to try my luck.
Here.
Which was all bad.
Stop fidgeting.
Oh, sorry, lady, but thinking always makes me nervous. Now, where was I?
You were in California in '72, which still leaves 26 years of your life to be accounted for.
Is this a flat rate deal?
Of course not, by the page.
Well, let's just skip that 26 years and say, send me $200 and I'll come home and marry you. If you don't send the money, I'll take it for granted you don't love me no more. Sign it, your affectionate and wandering Willie.
That'll be $1, please.
Have you got any chores you want done?
Cash.
Any wood you want chopped?
I said cash, mister.
Oh, well, in that case, let's just forget it. Abigail probably has anyway.
Mother! Oh, don't feel too badly, Kathy.
I'm a big help.
Well, with the money I get from this dress and Connie's salary at the infirmary, everything's going to be all right, I know.
Mother, I'm tired.
Oh, well, then get down.
Come here, you. Cute little fellas, aren't they?
Yeah, cute and expensive. $100 worth of cats lapping up milk at $10 a quart.
They'll be worth their weight in rats when the spring thaw comes. Besides, the Edmonds family needs the money.
All right, Johnny, all right. Fun's fun, but this is a joke I don't appreciate. Look.
You lost your hand.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Oh, it sure is.
4 to 5 more.
Are you crazy? Mrs. Edmonds never saw a needle before she butchered this dress.
Well, what do you care? It's my money. Now go and do as I tell you.
Oh, John. Oh, no.
All right, little kitty. Hey. You're biting the hand that's feeding you.
Hey, come on. Bite me now. I'm feeding you. Come on now. Bite me. I've been feeding you, haven't I?
Careful, honey.
You faker. There isn't a scratch big enough to see with the magnifying glass.
Joe? Well, anyway, I got to see you, didn't I? And that's the important thing. But, honey, why won't you let me come and see you at the hotel?
I've told you, Mother doesn't approve.
Of me?
Indirectly. She's dead set against anything remotely connected with the Klondike Club.
I see.
To relieve the pain, you might try holding your finger in a bucket of snow.
Oh, I see. And if the finger drops off, it won't hurt anymore. Is that it?
That's right.
Well, thank you, ma'am, for your very professional advice.
Nurse, will you please tell the lady this grease is for her hair? She is not to eat it.
Yes, Doctor.
Hiya, Pat.
Hi, Joe.
Connie told me I'd find you here. You know, I think you're crazy.
Thanks. I think you're nice, too.
No kidding. I mean, as long as you're gonna sing for money, why don't you sing for some real dough?
Me?
Like Johnny Kisco. He takes up a collection 7 days a week, and your preacher here, only one. You better think it over.
The books show the business did every bit as well last year as the year before, Mr. Donahue, which is really quite remarkable.
It works quite easily, doesn't it?
Considering the business, you know, things weren't too good at that time, you know.
Would you like a cup of tea, Mr. Donahue?
Oh, Mother, please. Mr. Donahue, what about the books? Don't you want to know how much money the business loses or makes or anything like that?
Look, just have the papers made out legal-like, lady. That's all I want.
Shall we meet at the bank then? Say at 11 tomorrow morning to finish the transaction.
Oh, that's a little early for me. How about 2:30 in the afternoon?
Yes, that will be all right.
Good day, ladies.
Good day.
Once a newspaper man, always a newspaper man.
Who said he is a newspaper man?
Who are you?
Dan Taylor, and I'm sure pleased to meet you, ladies. It gives me pleasure to say that Mr. Edmonds was the finest man that I ever worked for.
It's very kind of you to say that. We hope you'll get along as well with Mr. Donahue.
Donahue?
Yes, that's right.
Don't tell me that galoot wants to buy the paper.
Do you know him?
Sure I know him. He's a faro dealer over at the Klondike Club.
Well, you must be mistaken, Mr. Taylor.
I'm not mistaken, miss. If you think so, drop over to the club and see for yourself. Kisco's in on this, and you can bet on it.
But why?
To put the Bonanza out of business for good. They closed it once by killing your father. Begging your pardon, miss, but it's the truth. He was trying to make Dawson a fit place to live by cleaning out them rat holes like the Klondike Club, and they had to kill him to shut him up. Read that.
But this attack is on someone named Mike Yerkel.
Kathy, that's the man who shot your father.
It's all the same den of thieves. Yerkel was Kisco's manager. Yerkel did the shooting and then cleared out. But you can bet your sweet life Kisco paid him plenty.
I can't believe it.
If what Mr. Taylor says is true, we can't sell the paper. Not to your father's murderer.
Mother, don't get upset. It's entirely possible that Mr. Taylor's mistaken.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Well, anyway, let's not get excited until I have a chance to talk with Mr. Kisco.
Step right up, lady. Plenty of free spenders here to show a girlie a good time.
Could you tell me where I can find Mr. Kisco?
Well, he's around here somewhere. Want me to find him?
Yes, please tell me Miss Edmonds would like to speak to him.
Sure will. Would you like to wait in his office? It's right up there at the head of the stairs.
Yes, thank you.
Baby, 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 love me do. Love me true. The way that I love you.
Pat, honey, you're doing fine, but you gotta play more to the audience. You know, flirt with it a little bit. And, you gals, get in back of Pat here, okay? Put your hands on your hips. Let me have this. Sway. And, honey, this will give you something to do with your hands. And, Pee-wee, slow it down a little bit, okay? Maybe we'll get more out of it. Pick it up again. Let's go.
I was beginning to think I'd never see you again alone. Kathy, darling, I don't know how to say this, but there are men who are born with the knack of making pretty speeches for doing the right thing at the right time.
Like buying 5 kittens to help a certain family get out of town. Like sending a faro dealer to buy our newspaper to make sure it remained permanently closed.
Now, wait a minute, Kathy.
You wait, Johnny. I'm not through yet. Oh, it goes without saying you paid for the dress Mother made for your lady friend.
I was only trying to help out. You've got to believe me.
I want to believe you. Did you arrange for Mike Yerkel to kill my father?
On my word of honor, I did not.
But you knew about the shooting when you met us in Skagway, didn't you? Didn't you?
Yes. Yes, I did know.
Why didn't you tell us?
I was going to. I intended to.
All the time you knew. He might have been dead even then. Yet you didn't tell us. Does that sound like you're innocent, Johnny?
You've got to believe me, Kathy.
Johnny, you're wonderful. Joe said I'm bound to be a success, and there's no one to thank but you.
So this is how you practice your hymns at the church.
Kathy, I had to tell Mother something. Besides, I couldn't make any money singing at the church. And Johnny's given me a job. Isn't it wonderful?
Mr. Kisco has a habit of doing nice things for girls, Pat. Things he doesn't mean. Now, take off that disgusting outfit and get out of here.
Kathy, what's the matter with you?
Nothing's the matter now. Everything's quite clear. You're nothing but a lying, sneaking coward who pays men like Mike Yerkel to do your dirty work for you. Now go home, Pat. Do you hear me? Get out of here.
Kathy, you're imagining things.
I came here willing to believe you. But now that I've seen what you're trying to do to Pat, I know you're guilty of everything they say about you.
Trust me.
I'll make you pay for this, Johnny. Somehow I'll make you pay.
I've already given them the lurid details, Kathy. So you can spare yourself the trouble.
There's no need to say anything. Your disgraceful conduct speaks for itself.
Pat, honey, how could you? What's so shocking? I was doing the only thing I knew how to help the family. And besides, I want to dance. I want to sing. I want to live, and Johnny's going to give me that chance. You can't stop me.
Now, look here. You'll never sing or dance at that club as long as you're a daughter of mine.
Then I'll stop being a daughter of yours. Mother.
I'm so sorry, Pat.
That's all right, Mother. It makes the going a little easier.
Oh, I'm so ashamed of myself.
You're not to blame. She had it coming.
Oh, well, what'll we do?
There's only one thing we can do, Mother. Stay here.
Oh, but I don't understand.
Don't you see? Dan Taylor was right. Donahue does work for Johnny Kisco. He's offering to buy us out.
But I still don't see how it affects Pat.
Well, she won't go back to Seattle with us, that's certain. We can't leave her here with him. So we've got to stay and fight him with the only weapon we have, the newspaper.
Oh, that's nonsense.
Why?
Why? We're women. Who ever heard of a woman running a newspaper?
Oh. Well, then maybe it's about time we started a new fashion.
Oh, Hey, Mother.
Oh, Mother, can't we try and finish the job Dad started? So there won't be any Johnny Kisco to make glamorous promises to Pat or any Klondike Club to work in. Then she'll have to come home with us.
Oh, Kathy, I don't know.
Besides, we can save money, too. We can clean out the rooms in the back of the printing shop and live there for a while.
Well,
Pat, I think everything's been said. Don't go, Pat. I've got to, Nellie. You wouldn't understand. None of you would.
You won't change your mind?
No, Mother. Pat, honey, please don't go.
Well, Mother.
We'll keep the paper.
Good.
Well, that's settled. It's time for your music lesson.
Oh, no. Not at a time like this.
Let's go on with your practicing. Quickly, girl. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3.
Baby, 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 love me do. Love me true, the way that I love you. Baby, 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 you're my kind of guy, and I'd want to die if you should say we're through. You smile and I'm happy. You frown and I'm blue. For me, there's no sunshine unless the sun shines for you. Baby, baby, baby. Take me, please. Put my heart at ease. Love me as I love you. You smile and I'm happy. You frown and I'm blue. For me, there's no sunshine unless the sun shines for you. Baby, 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 take me, please. Put my heart at ease. Love me as I love you. Love me, ooh, baby, love me as I love you.
Kid's all right, isn't she?
Yeah.
I suppose you know, John, that she broke up with her family to take this job.
That's why I can't send her away. Where can a kid like that go? What can she do?
I know what them cats are gonna do when the Brady cow goes dry. They're going on a rat diet and like it. Oh, and speaking of rats, that's us. Listen to what Kathy calls us this trip. The Dawson Bonanza believes the smug and complacent citizenry must be awakened to the dangers that lurk in the gilded palace of vice and loose virtues known as the Klondike Club.
Remind me to have the joint gilded, Joe. Order a new stock of vice and loose virtues.
Pat! Hey, Pat!
No excitement.
Church is out.
Nell.
Look, Johnny, I've got to talk to you.
Later. Give me a drink.
How about you, Joe? Might as well kill some time.
No, thanks.
All right, kids, come on. Break it up.
Honey, let's try our new song, huh? Maybe it'll make us feel better. Boys, how about the intro to the new number, huh?
I guess it was you all the time. That's why I was blue all the time. And no matter how many I held in my arms, the fires they started were only false alarms. It must have been you all along. Though I never knew all along, but my heart knew, God bless it, so I might as well confess it. I guess it was you all the time.
You take the second chorus, honey.
I guess it was you all the time. That's why I was blue all the time. And no matter how many I held in my arms, the fires they started were only false alarms.
Oh, it must have been you all along.
Though I never knew all along,
But my heart knew, God bless it.
yes, I might as well confess it. I guess it was you.
It's no use, Pat. I'm quitting. Johnny, there's something out there.
About business, save it.
It's not that, it's... Well, you might as well have it straight, Johnny. I've got to quit. Working for you, I mean.
So you think it's time to get off the sinking ship, huh?
Nothing like it. You know it's not that. It's Connie. She laid it straight on the line, Johnny. It's her, the club. And, well, it's got to be the club. I'm crazy about her. I love her. There isn't anything I wouldn't do.
Yeah, sure. You don't have to explain it. I feel the same way about Kathy. The only difference is I don't gain anything by quitting.
Might be worth a try.
No, not a chance. Kathy's determined that I'm responsible for her father's death, and she won't be happy until she sends me out of town. Still want to buy the Klondike Club, Whitey?
Well, it all depends, Johnny. Business isn't what it was.
Don't try to drive a bargain. I'm in the mood to sell. Cheap.
40,000, lock, stock, and barrel.
You just bought yourself a business. I'll throw in the goodwill for nothing.
Thanks, that's just what it's worth.
We see eye to eye on everything. Where's
over.
Pat?
Backstage.
Now you try it.
All right, get your things packed, honey. We're catching the boat to Fairbanks.
But why?
I've just sold the joint to Whitey.
You what, Johnny?
Are you crazy?
Save it. There isn't time. I'll pick you up here in 15 minutes.
Johnny, wait a minute.
Whitey, meet me at the bank in 10 minutes. We'll close the deal.
I'll be there.
Johnny! Johnny!
Don't worry, baby. In 15 minutes, you can sing your songs to me.
I guess it was you all the time. That's why I was...
Didn't lose any time getting yourself a job, did you?
Isn't it wonderful? I'm so proud of Joe.
All I gotta do is learn how to read and write. Now, how about a subscription?
I'm tired of reading about myself. Where's Kathy?
Inside getting a fitting. Come in. Johnny.
Dropped in to give you a wedding present, Kathy. A story.
You're not welcome here, Mr. Kisco. I must ask you to leave.
Not until I've given your daughter her present, Mrs. Edmonds. This is it, Kathy. You've won. Right or wrong, you've won. I've sold the Klondike Club, and I'm leaving Dawson with Pat. So print that in your newspaper and make the most of it, because it's the last story you'll print about Johnny Kisco.
Oh, no.
Thought I told you to change. Hurry up, will you, Pat? We haven't got all day.
I'm not going.
You've got to go. There's no place else for you. I've sold the club.
Oh, I can get along. I'm going to work for Whitey.
Now, wait a minute. If you think I'm leaving you here to become a cheap little
No
barman...
cheaper than when I sang and danced for you, Johnny. No cheaper than I'd be if I ran away with you.
All right, it was a career you've wanted, and you've got it. You know what it's like around here. Go home, Pat, before it's too late. You hang around a joint like this too long, you become just one of the girls.
Johnny.
Hiya, Pat.
I've got to see Kathy. Makes sense, Kathy. You have to make up your mind. And you've got about 3 minutes to do it. Pat, you're home. Oh, we're so happy you're here.
Easy, Mom. We can cry on each other's shoulders later. Right now, I've got to beat some sense into that great, big, beautiful head of Kathy's.
Where'd you with Johnny?
Stop your blubbering. You know you always get red and swell up when you cry.
Nobody asked you how I look. I'll cry if I want to.
But why? You're being fitted in your wedding gown, aren't you? You're going to marry Louis Petrie, aren't you? It will be the happiest day of your life, won't it? Or won't it?
Yes, it will be.
Then why are you crying?
I don't know. I just felt like it.
Oh, you trying to fool. I know Johnny was just here and told you he was leaving. That's what made you feel like crying.
How do you know so much?
It's easy. I feel the same way.
Then I hope you both will be very happy. He said you were going with him.
I'm not going with Johnny because
Because he's in love with you. But I'll give you just 1 minute to decide whether you're in love with him or not. Because if you're not, I'm going after that man for all I'm worth. No holds barred. Now, what is it? I said he was in love with you. Don't you understand? Where is he? On that boat. Oh, quick, hurry. You'll be too late.
I rather get the impression that Kathy's running to catch a boat. Johnny Kisco?
Yes.
So long, Johnny. Oh, by the way, there's an old friend of yours in Fairbanks, Mike Yerkel. He runs the Empire Saloon. You bump into Yerkel, say hello.
You, Timmy, I'll go out of my way to bump into Mr. Yerkel. Beer. Come here.
What do you want?
I'm looking for Mike Yerkel. Is he around?
Could be.
Get him. I said get him.
Who wants him?
Johnny Kisco.
It's all there, Jake. Everything's accounted for. What's the matter? Don't you take my word for it? Yeah?
There's a fellow wants to see you. His name is Kisco.
Johnny Kisco?
Yeah.
Tell him I left him know. Take over, Jake. Send word to me at the old Fraser diggings when he leaves town.
He's not around. Jacob says he left town.
Who's Jacobs?
His partner.
Drink?
Where's Yerkel?
What do you want him for?
Murder?
Any witnesses?
Plenty.
Think he'll hang?
Odds are 20 to 1 that he will.
Naturally, you forced the information from me. I'd never willingly betray my partner.
Naturally. Where is he?
He's heading up the Kootenai on foot. He's planning to hide out at the old Fraser diggings until you leave town.
Much obliged.
Oh, just a minute. Spare the gold tooth. Be rather difficult to replace up here.
So would the ring.
Just one other thing. In case I'm not entirely conscious when you leave. Yerkel was armed. You'll find a rifle in that cabinet and snowshoes.
Thanks. right, Yerkel. I know you're up there. Come on down or I'll come up and get you.
Stay where you are, Kisco. I got you dead in my sights. That's the only way I want to see you. Dead.
Coming back with me, Yerkel. Now hold it, Yerkel. And no more knives or I'll shoot.
You won't shoot, Kisco. I'm no good till you're dead. That's all you'll get out of him.
Saves the folks the expense of hanging him. And it puts you in the clear, Kisco. Want me to give you a letter to that effect?
No, but there are a lot of people down in Dawson I'd like to have know about it. I want you to make sure that the Dawson Bonanza gets the story.
I'll see to it personally.
Kathy.
Hello, Johnny.
Black in the front and the back and yellow girls go swinging. Bells just rang, blowing my eyes, and up in my heart went bang her shoes. Patty whack in the front and the back, chicka boom, chicka rack, chicka boom, chicka rack, chicka boom.